Yo, welcome to Connect with the Beyond. I'm Angel, and the reason I named this podcast Connect with the Beyond because I'm going to take you beyond what you've been limited to believe, right? So, the information I'm about to share may resonate with some it might not resonate at all. But the ones that it's supposed to resonate with will be the ones that are going to receive this message. And the message is going forward. So I was gonna do originally. I started off talking about like things like alchemy, numerology, all that stuff's available on my Patreon for your healing. If you're going through healing and need to heal, you can subscribe to my Patreon, and there you'll get different videos from numerology to astrology to chakra healing to beginning your spiritual journey. All of that good stuff is there on my Patreon. So that's where you're gonna get this. But this podcast is gonna be about putting the truth out. So I have done a lot of traveling in the multiverse for many, 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 many years, and this is something I don't talk about often. Um, I have seen different galaxies, universes, solar system, you name it, I've seen it. I can't put names with all of them, but for the most part, I've never really asked for names. I just go and gather information. A lot of times I go and teach, whatever it may be that I need to do. So let's start off with Earth, right? We all are in this construct known as Earth. And something that a lot of people talk about is that Earth is multidimensional. Earth is not multidimensional, it's just Earth. It is what it is. It's Earth. They're not different dimensions. So when you're traveling to these different places, you're actually traveling to different universes that are similar to Earth. What do I mean? So everywhere has a place that looks like Earth, but it's not Earth. It has, just like we have the Venus, the Mars, and all of that, that stuff is a mirror reflection of what you see here, but with different features, different life forms, different beings. You know what I mean? So it's not like you're traveling through a different dimension. You're actually just traveling to another universe outside of Earth. So different to say that there's different dimensions or layers onto Earth. There's not. There's only one Earth, one dimension, one layer. When you ascend to be able to go to different universes to see different, and I won't even call it parallel lives because sometimes we call it parallel lives because we're like time doesn't exist. Time doesn't exist in these other constructs, but there are constructs that time does exist. So it just depends on where you go. But how this works is that we make a choice to come here. We're one soul, one vessel, one soul. When we choose to come to Earth, we choose to come for a reason. Most of us come to help raise the consciousness or spread certain messages or to share our gifts, which our gifts be like channeling or all of these other gifts that we may have. That's why we choose to come here. But the idea of reincarnation is almost like a myth because that is what they tell you to keep you stuck here at Earth, is that you reincarnate over and over again. We don't when we choose to reincarnate, we choose to get stuck here. That's the definition of trapped souls. Why they're saying, oh, these souls are trapped, this is a trapped soul. That's why it's called a trapped soul, because you trap yourself here by choosing to reincarnate. You don't have to reincarnate. Reincarnating is not what it is. Now you could go home to your home planet and still do the same work. So for me, like when people have seeked out spiritual knowledge, I as a spirit have come, given them the information for their teachings, and went back. This is the first life that I've had in a vessel on Earth. And then some people are actually born here in this universe. Like this is their first life. This is their home planet. It's Earth. This is like where they'll be. And they can choose to expand their consciousness and travel to different universes, but it all is just a mirror effect of what we see here. So why is this place so important? It's important because the energy that the planet is holding is being harnessed. And by who? It's by beings that some of us have looked up to, some of us haven't, some of us have studied intensely. Like there's a lot that goes into that, and I'll get into that later. But right now I want you to understand that this is a place, this is just this is one place. It's just Earth, the planet Earth. The different dimensions are different universes. When you look into the stars are not stars. They're different universes. Some of them have portals you can go into. We have portals that come through the water, through woods. They're everywhere to be able to access these different dimensions. So, and then there are some people out there like me who are searching for the people who know this information. We know this information. And I know that there's a lot of you out there. But we are not, when they say we're multidimensional, some of us are multidimensional. Some of us, this is our first life here on earth. This is where we started at. And this is the beginning of your path. So we have to be mindful of that. I spend a lot of time in the galaxy. I spend a lot of time, as you call it, the void. Um, Anybody that's been around me will tell you I have a lot of galactic beings around me at all times. Some of which are for protection, some of which are for unconditional love. Like they're just always around me. Um, what else? What else do you guys want me to put out today? So what we're going through now, the shift in Earth. Everybody's talking about this great shift in Earth. The shift in Earth that we're going through now is the rise of light over darkness. We've been under this darkness for so long. So the things that are happening right now are happening for a reason. It's really mainly to expose what's been hidden in plain sight. So a lot of things that you guys have turned a blind eye to or turned a blind is being exposed so that you can see really how much darkness is covering the blanket of Earth, how much energy is really being harnessed from Mother Earth. And there's nothing wrong with using the energy of Mother Earth. That's absolutely beautiful. But we want to use it in the right way because you harm the planet when we don't use it in the right way. Let's look at the Lemurians when they came here. They were originally teaching us how to use the energy properly of Mother Earth. How are they teaching us? By showing us how the crystals work, by showing us how to get free electricity, by showing us how to use the energy of the water, how to use the land. And then one thing that they would say, don't take more from the land than what's needed. We tend to take so much from the land that we've started to hurt Mother Earth. We take and we take and we take and we take and we don't need all of that. We only need to take what we need. And it's becoming harder for Mother Earth to regenerate these things because we've caused so much destruction. But that was the plan of what was supposed to happen based off the darkness that's covered the earth right now. And I say darkness that's covered the earth. What I mean by there, you have light and you have dark. You have to have an equal balance. When you have an equal balance, then everything thrives. But as Lemurians were teaching this and we were learning this, and a lot of people say, well, we didn't exist. Yes, we did. We've been around for millions of years. Human has. Some people were like cavemen, but for the most part, we just like we are now. Except we communicated telepathically, like or with numbers, because numbers are vibration, or with geometry, shapes are vibration, things of that nature. We didn't have this physical language. It was given to us by a group called the Anunnaki, and I know a lot of you think the Anunnaki is actually the name of the race. It's not. That's the name of the group that came. So the Anunnaki were made up of different people from different galaxy systems that came here originally to help the Lemurians, but they didn't. So they actually tried to wipe out the Lemurians. So you got to look at the Anunnakis. They were technology driven. They had all these high-powered weapons, all of this stuff that was pure technology driven. You have to wonder, why are we back in a cycle now that happened 12,000 years ago with the Anunnaki and the Lemurians? Why was this happening? Why is the stars, the planets, and everything aligning now the same way they did then? Because the same battle is going on, the battle of light versus dark. But Lemurians didn't have the technology to overthrow the darkness. So eventually all but 10,000 of them were wiped away. But they have went back since. Some of them have went back to their home planet, but some of them have made this their home planet. But for the most part, that's kind of what the cycle we're back in now. So if we can let go of fear and beliefs and really open our eyes to see what's going on, then we can actually let our light outshine the darkness. And that's what a lot of us are here to do right now. We have to really start going back and breaking down things that are missing pieces. A lot of information is missing. Like we don't have all written information that we're supposed to have, and you have to we don't have a lot of things that are needed to have the full picture. But a lot of us have the full picture because a lot of us have seen or know the full picture, and it's kind of time for us to start speaking out. So, and then I go back. What else do you want me to put out? So let's go back and look at like the Anunnaki, right? What did they actually bring good to us? They taught us how to talk, okay? But then that made us forget the gift of telepathically speaking. So they gave us language, they gave us math, they gave us numbers, they gave us chemistry, they gave us all of these things, which was great tools that we need. But at what cost did it cost us? And that's what you have to ask yourself before I really dive into that. What did that cost us? How much did we lose in our freedom? So... But I know right now is a time of change, and just remember that everything is from a place of unconditional love. And I'll be back with more of these little podcasts that are going to be no more than like 10 minutes long. I'm not going to spend a lot of time putting out a lot of information, and then I'll go live once a week with a Q&A also on my YouTube. But also, if you want to understand like some healing to heal, so if you feel like you're one of these beings that have never born here on Earth, because we were not born here on Earth. This is not our home place. We only came for a reason. Like, I could help you find where your home planet is. I could help you find what your job is, what your mission is, what it is you're supposed to be doing. So if that's you, please feel free to reach out. But if you just need some healing, you're just starting this journey, please go sign up on my Patreon. You go sign up on my Patreon for a month. I'm dropping information on how to heal. It's just basic information. There's not a lot to it. You don't need a lot to heal. You just need to go inward and understand what's going on with you internally, and understand that our energy centers are the life force that gives us information. When we start letting go of things that are not in alignment with us, then we can start to heal. And when we start to heal, then we start to open up our energy to bring in the things that's in alignment with us. So go subscribe to my Patreon. And if you guys got any questions, feel free to drop your questions in the comment. I'll be back with another video. My videos will be sporadic as downloads come in, as they want me to push out information. Then I will start to push out information. Thank you, guys.